The summer I turned 16, I threw a water balloon at Jasper Klein's head and laughed when it burst, soaking his nerdy glasses and comic book. He stood there, dripping, his scrawny frame trembling with embarrassment, and I felt like the king of Willow Creek. Little did I know that boy would grow into the man who'd unravel my heart years later. Elliot Harper, that's me, had always been the loudmouth of our sleepy Oregon town. Growing up in Willow Creek, where everyone knew your business before you did, I thrived on being the center of attention. Jasper, my next-door neighbor, was the opposite. Quiet, bookish, always sketching in his notebook or reading about superheroes. He was an easy target for a kid like me, desperate to prove something to the world. I'd tease him relentlessly, calling him Four Eyes, stealing his sketchbook, or mocking his clumsy attempts at basketball. It wasn't cruelty, not really. It was just what kids like me did to kids like him. But every time his brown eyes met mine, there was this flicker of something, hurt, maybe, or defiance, that I couldn't shake. Fast forward 10 years, and Willow Creek hasn't changed much. The same diner still serves greasy burgers, the same oak trees line Main Street, and the same gossip travels faster than the wind. I'm 26 now, working as a barista at Brood Awakening, the town's only coffee shop, and moonlighting as a freelance graphic designer. Life's fine, but there's an itch I can't scratch. A restlessness that keeps me up at night, sketching logos that'll never see the light of day. I'm still the guy who cracks jokes and flirts with customers, but beneath the charm, I'm searching for something real. Then Jasper Klein walks back into town, and everything shifts. It's a crisp September morning when I see him at the park, coaching the high school soccer team. The scrawny kid I used to torment is gone, replaced by a broad-shouldered, confident man with a jawline that could cut glass. He's 27, the new assistant coach at Willow Creek High, and the whole town's buzzing about the hometown hero who played college soccer at UCLA. I'm pouring espresso when I overhear Mrs. Delaney at the counter, gushing about how Jasper's turned the team around. He's got those boys running drills like professionals, she says, and I roll my eyes, thinking, Jasper? Really? But when I see him up close, my smirk fades. He's barking orders at the team, his voice steady but kind, and the kids listen like he's their lifeline. His coach's jacket hugs his frame, and those brown eyes. God, they're the same, but now they carry a quiet strength that makes my chest tighten. I'm not prepared for the way my heart skips when he catches me staring and flashes a half-smile. It's not the shy grin of the boy I knew. It's something else, something that makes me spill coffee grounds all over the counter later that day. I tell myself it's nothing. I'm Elliot Harper, king of not giving a damn. But the next day, I'm at the park again, sketching the old oak trees for a client's logo, when Jasper jogs over during a break. Elliot, he says, his voice warm, like he's genuinely happy to see me. Still drawing, huh? I shrug, playing it cool. Yeah, keeps me out of trouble. You're the big shot coach now, huh? What happened to the kid who tripped over his own feet? He laughs, and it's this deep, easy sound that hits me like a punch. People change, Elliot. You still throwing water balloons? I grin, but my face burns. He remembers. Of course he does. Over the next few weeks, Jasper's everywhere. Coaching games, grabbing coffee at Brood Awakening, chatting with locals like he never left. And every time he's near, I'm a mess. I fumble orders, drop witty comebacks that sound more like stutters, and catch myself watching him when I think he's not looking. It's ridiculous. I'm not that guy. I've dated plenty, guys, girls, anyone who caught my eye. But this is different. Jasper's not just some crush. He's a walking reminder of who I used to be and who I'm still trying to figure out. One evening, after a game, I'm closing up the shop when Jasper walks in, his hair damp from a shower, his duffel bag slung over one shoulder. Got any decaf left? He asks, leaning on the counter. I raise an eyebrow. Decaf? What are you, 80? He chuckles, and that damn smile makes my knees weak. Gotta stay sharp for the kids. They're brutal. We talk for an hour, long after I've locked the door. He tells me about UCLA, about the injury that ended his pro dreams, about coming back to Willow Creek to give something back. I tell him about my graphic design gigs, my failed attempt at moving to Portland, and how I'm still figuring out what I want. It's easy, talking to him, like slipping into an old song you forgot you loved. But there's this undercurrent, this pull between us, like we're both waiting for the other to say something real. When he leaves, he pauses at the door. You're not the same guy who used to make my life hell, you know? I swallow hard. Yeah, well, you're not exactly the same nerd either. He smiles, and it's like the sun breaking through clouds. See you around, Elliot. The weeks turn into months, and Jasper and I fall into a rhythm. He stops by the shop most mornings, and I start showing up at his games, sketching the players for a team poster he asked me to design. We're friends, I guess, but there's this unspoken thing between us, like a tightrope we're both too scared to cross. I catch him looking at me sometimes, his eyes lingering a beat too long, and I wonder if he feels it too. This electric hum that makes my skin buzz. One night, after a big win for the team, Jasper invites me to a bonfire at his place. It's just a few players, some parents, and me, gathered in his backyard under a sky full of stars. The fire crackles and Jasper's laughing with the kids, tossing a football like he was born for this. I'm sketching the scene, my pencil capturing the way the flames light up his face, when he catches my eye. Harper, you gonna join us or just draw us all night? He calls, grinning. I roll my eyes but set my sketchbook down. We end up sitting on a log, our shoulders brushing, and it's like the world narrows to just us. The kids are roasting marshmallows, the parents are swapping stories, and Jasper's voice is low, meant only for me. You ever think about leaving this place? He asks. All the time, I admit. But it's home, you know? Messed up, but home. He nods, staring into the fire. I left. Thought I'd never come back. But there's something about Willow Creek. It's in your bones. I want to ask him what else is in his bones, what's behind that guarded look. But I don't. Instead, I nudge his shoulder. You're not so bad, Coach Klein. He laughs, and his hand brushes mine. Neither of us pulls away. The tension between us builds like a storm. Every glance, every accidental touch, feels like lightning. I'm falling for him hard, and it scares the hell out of me. I've never been this guy, the one who overthinks, who second-guesses, who cares this much. But Jasper's different. He's not just the boy I teased. He's the man who sees through my bravado, who makes me want to be better. Then it all comes crashing down. It's a Friday night, and the team's playing their rival, Maplewood High. The stands are packed, the air electric with cheers and tension. I'm there, sketching the crowd for the poster, when I overhear two parents behind me. Heard Jasper's one of those. One says, his voice dripping with disdain. Shame. Good coach, but my blood boils. I want to turn around to tell them to shut up, but I don't. I look at Jasper on the field, his face focused, oblivious to the poison in the stands. After the game, I find him in the locker room, packing up. You okay? He asks, noticing my clenched jaw. I hesitate, then tell him what I heard. His face hardens, but he doesn't say anything for a long moment. People talk, he finally says. Always have. You don't deserve that. I say, my voice rough. You're 10 times the man they'll ever be. He looks at me, and there's that flicker again, vulnerability, defiance, something else. Thanks, Elliot, he says softly. Means a lot. We're alone now, the locker room quiet except for the hum of the lights. I step closer, my heart pounding. Jasper, He cuts me off, his hand on my arm. Don't. Not here. But his eyes say something else, and I'm done waiting. I lean in, and for a moment I think he'll pull away. But he doesn't. His lips meet mine, soft and hesitant at first, then fierce, like he's been holding this in as long as I have. It's everything. Fire and relief and 1,000 unspoken words. When we pull back, he's breathing hard, his forehead against mine. This is gonna complicate things, he whispers. I grin, my heart soaring. Good. I like complicated. Complicated doesn't begin to cover it. Dating in secret is like walking a tightrope in a windstorm. We steal moments, late-night coffee runs, quiet walks in the park. But Willow Creek's eyes are everywhere. Jasper's careful, always checking over his shoulder, and I hate how it dims his light. I'm used to the stares, the whispers, but for him, it's new, raw. He's still the coach, the hometown hero, and coming out could cost him everything. One night, we're at my place, curled up on my couch, when he tells me about UCLA. I had a boyfriend there, he says, his voice low. Didn't end well. People like us, it's not always easy. I take his hand, my thumb tracing circles on his skin. It's worth it, though. You're worth it. He smiles, but it's tinged with worry. What if the town finds out? The team, the parents? Then we deal with it, I say, fiercer than I feel. Together. But the storm breaks sooner than we expect. A week later, someone, probably one of those parents from the game, outs Jasper to the school board. Rumors spread like wildfire, and suddenly, he's called into a meeting. I'm waiting outside when he comes out, his face pale. They're reviewing my position, he says, his voice hollow. Said it's about community standards. I'm furious, ready to storm in and give the board a piece of my mind. But Jasper stops me. Don't. It'll make it worse. Worse. I snap. You're the best thing this town's got, and they're treating you like Elliot, he says, his voice steady but strained. I need you to stay calm. For me. I nod, but inside, I'm breaking. I've spent years hiding behind jokes, but this is real, and it hurts. The next few weeks are hell. Jasper's suspended pending the board's decision, and the town's split. Some rally behind him. Players, parents, even Mrs. Delaney, who starts a petition at the diner. But others, the loud ones, demand he's fired. I'm at every meeting, every protest, sketching signs and shouting until my voice is hoarse. Jasper stays quiet, but I see the toll it takes. The way he barely sleeps, the way his smile doesn't reach his eyes. One night, we're at the park, the same place I first saw him coaching. It's late, the stars bright above us. I'm thinking of leaving, he says, his voice barely a whisper. Starting over somewhere else. My heart stops. What about us? He looks at me, and there's so much pain in his eyes it nearly breaks me. I don't want to drag you into this mess, Elliot. You're not dragging me anywhere, I say, grabbing his hand. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. He pulls me close, and we stand there, holding each other like the world might crumble if we let go. I used to hate you, you know, he says, his voice muffled against my shoulder. But you were always there in the back of my mind, even when I left. I laugh, tears stinging my eyes. I was a jerk, but I'm glad you didn't give up on me. The board's decision comes a week later. They reinstate Jasper, but it's a hollow victory. The whispers don't stop, and the team's divided. But something shifts in Jasper. He starts coaching with a new fire, calling out prejudice when he hears it, mentoring kids who feel like outsiders. And I'm there, every step, designing posters, cheering at games, loving him louder than the hate. On a quiet Sunday, we're back at the park, sitting on that same bench from months ago. The air's crisp, the leaves golden. Jasper takes my hand, his thumb brushing mine. I'm staying, he says. For the kids. For us. I lean in, kissing him softly, and for the first time I don't care who sees. Willow Creek's not perfect, but it's ours. And so is this messy, real, and worth every fight.